Annyeonghaseyo. Hey guys, it's Melon Dreams Cosplay, and as you are reading the title, I'm pretty sure you've guessed, I did it again and went and embarrassed myself. So I have a lot more stories to share with you guys, and I hope by the end of this video I am laughing with you instead of just you laughing at me. So we'll just get started with that. Alright, so let's just start with our least embarrassing and work our way up to the most embarrassing. There's a lot of incidences, but I'm just going to go with about 3 of them because these were the ones that I need to get off my chest. Hopefully I will start laughing with you guys, telling you guys these stories. So we'll start with the least embarrassing. Alright, so first one actually happened in a Studio Ghibli museum. So throughout Japan, I just got accustomed to saying thank you in the formal way to people, you know, the cashiers or anything, and so I would just say arigatou gozaimasu and I would just let it go. So that was just a habit that I got. So we were in this elevator with this girl and her boyfriend, and we were going down together, me and my friends, and then her and her boyfriend, and they let me go first because I was gonna let everybody out first, but they let me go first. So, you know, the typical way would be just the informal arigato. I've just gone with the informal, like casual, like arigato, and just gone. But I just got so accustomed to saying so formally that I ended up saying, and in my tone also being very formal, and just going arigatou gozaimasu, which is not what you do when someone kind of lets you go through like that. You just say the typical informal arigato. So I think at this point, what happened after that, what she did, I think more irritated me than it did embarrass me, but it was still a bit embarrassing, was as I, you know, left the elevator and I said it in the formal way, she had to talk to her boyfriend and completely mock the way I had just said thank you. So she just had to like mock me from behind my back, and she did it loud enough so that I could hear, I'm pretty sure, but she just turned to her boyfriend and just like laughed a bit and then just said arigatou gozaimasu the same exact way I did, and just laughed and just kind of made fun of me right behind my back so I could hear to her boyfriend. And I think it just irritated me more than it embarrassed me, and maybe some people do actually say thank you the way I do, but honestly, I've actually never heard anyone say it like that either. I've actually heard them say the casual way, especially to me, so I'm not really sure, but I know she was using a mocking tone, talking to her boyfriend, mocking me about it, but it still embarrassed me a little bit just because, you know, when people are making fun of you, it just embarrasses you, but at the same time it also irritates you. So I'm like leaning between the two. I'm kind of more irritated. I wish I had a few words to say to her. Actually, I do have a few words to say to her, but I want to be the nice one here. I won't say any mean things, so I won't. This other story, yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. There's this restaurant that our friend John always loved going to. He called it the Stone Bull. It's actually this Chinese restaurant that was very different ethnicity themed. I don't know how to explain it, but we went there, and there was this adorable waiter that was there. This waiter was probably about my age. He speaked decent English, like he understood, he was fine. It was kind of funny how he still didn't know how to talk to me, if it should be in Japanese or English, but I was fine either way. But yeah, he was just really adorable, and I would catch him glancing at me a few times while I was eating. And me being the self-conscious person that I am, I at first thought, is there anything I was doing wrong? Like, am I eating weirdly, or do I just like, I'm not comfortable with eating in front of people in the first place, so I just thought like maybe my eating habit just is really unladylike or something like that, so I was worried. And then the thought came to me, maybe he just keeps on glancing at me because he thinks I'm cute. So I just flattered myself with the thought for a while I was eating, and you know, I was just like, just continuing eating like it was just, I was flattering myself with the thought, and I was just not minding it, obviously anyway. I know, I just sounded like a stupid, you know, girl that just like had to be flattered with every thought of guys liking her. I know, that was just really stupid of me, because by the end when we were done eating, we were about to get up to leave, and I realized there was a whole bunch of rice in my lap. I realized that what happened was, as I was eating my rice with my chopsticks, some pieces of rice were coming off my chopsticks and into my lap without me knowing. And I couldn't pick up the bowl to hold it to my face because it was a stone bowl, so it was heavy and it had a whole bunch of kimchi and rice in it, so I didn't pick it up to my face, and I just kind of brought the chopsticks to my mouth. So then I realized the reason why he kept on looking at me and also doing a little smile thing was because he was noticing that the rice was falling into my lap without me knowing, and it was just so embarrassing, and I was hoping that we wouldn't be eating there again, but it was John's favorite place to eat, so we ended up going a couple more times. So it was just really embarrassing. So I made sure those other 2 times that I didn't drop the rice in my lap, and the other order that I ended up getting wasn't the stone bowl because that was too much for me to eat anyway. So I had a little rice bowl that I could bring up to my mouth this time like I was supposed to. This last story is by far the most embarrassing thing that I think I've ever experienced in Japan. And my travel buddy Wayne doesn't know this yet, so if you're watching this, now you're gonna know the truth about this because you were also confused and I was not having it. So Wayne and I went to Akihabara and we were just going up and down for quite some time, and then I had to use the bathroom. So as we got down to the end of main Akihabara, there was this bathroom place that we approached, and so I went inside to go to the bathroom. So there was a couple of old ladies in there. I was waiting for them to come out, so they came out, so I went in to use the bathroom after them. And as I was done using the bathroom, I couldn't find the flush. There was no flush on the piping behind the toilet. There was no button that said flush. So I saw a button on the wall that didn't say flush. It didn't say flush, but it said something in Japanese, and I assumed that was the flush button because it was the only flush related thing that I could find. So as I went to press the button to flush the toilet, I was reading it as I was pressing the button, and I realized it said emergency call. I realized it said emergency call as I was gonna press the button, and at this point I was already in motion. I was already on my way there, and I'm like, oh crap, that says emergency call, and then I pressed the button, and then this loud siren went on, and there were these flashing lights going on all over the toilet area. So I walked out of the bathroom, the lights were flashing, the sirens were going, everyone was looking at me, and Wayne was standing there not knowing what was going on. He's just like, I don't know what these sirens are, and I was pretending like I didn't know either, and I'm like, let's just go. And so we just kind of like, I just directed us to a turn, and we just kept walking, which was outside of main Akihabara, and there were policemen patrolling, and they were looking, and I was just like, nope, we're just going down this way. And it was outside main Akihabara, and it just ended up being kind of like more of like a business, kind of just like a shady business district. Like, it was business, but it was like kind of like no one works here kind of feeling. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just weird. So we were just kind of walking down, and Wayne was like, we're walking away from Akihabara now. And I'm like, I know, like as if I knew what I was doing, which I wasn't. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. I mean, it was kind of good because there was this really beautiful cherry blossom tree in full bloom that just relieved a little bit of the embarrassment. So we just kind of walked down a little bit more, made some turns, and I kind of calmed down a bit, stayed out of that area for a bit for those people who saw to kind of like leave. And then we went back, and then everything was fine. That was by far the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me in Japan. And I'm still not kind of laughing with you guys yet, but I'll get there, because bruh, this was just, no. I'm still not having it, but eventually I'll look back on this video, I'll look back on the memory which happened just a month ago, so that's why I'm still it's still fresh in my mind. I'll get over it and I'll laugh with you guys eventually, but it was just, oh my god, it was so embarrassing. But yes, that was all I had for you guys in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I probably, by the time I release this, I'll be a little bit more laughing with you rather than just it still you being laughing at me. So, it'll be fine. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Alright, so let's just start with the least embarrassing and blah, blah, blah.